Let me ask you an example.
Stop. Let me ask
Kobe
you.
Bryant.
Let me ask you a question.
Kobe Bryant.
I want to ask you a question.
Kobe Bryant died. Vanessa inherited his wealth.
Sure.
And guess what? Is Vanessa Bryant using any of that black man's money to do any good in the black community?
Let me ask you.
Absolutely not.
We don't know.
Vanessa Bryant. Listen.
I don't know.
I'm telling you.
How you know?
Vanessa
You know?
Bryant,
Let me ask you a question.
But wait.
she's a public
Can I
figure,
ask you a
and
question?
she just
You
did.
don't know
You
that.
didn't see that
You
initiative.
don't know
I
that.
do know. I do know. And
Let
I'm
me ask
telling
you-
you now.
let me ask you a
Vanessa
question.
Bryant just started an initiative with 3 predominantly white colleges, some sort of a sports initiative with Kobe's money and Kobe's name. Didn't choose a single HBCU.
Let me ask you a question.
With a black man's money. Marvelous Marvin Hagler, he died from taking a COVID shot. Is his white widow using any of Marvelous Marvin Hagler's fortune to help black folks?
You're being unfair.
I'm being unfair how?
No, let me tell you why.
Expecting white women to use black money to help black people?
No.
How is that unfair?
Because the same way you naming these people, we can name mad black wives that got black money from their husbands that did to help black people. Well, stop. It's my goal. No, it's not. We own.
And you know what the difference is?
You're wrong.
You know what the difference is?
You're wrong.
If I marry a white woman, when I die, my wealth goes to the very people who have robbed everything from my community.
I think that one of the most disrespectful things that a person could ever do, and I mean, I can't think of anything right off the top of my head, and I've actually been sitting on this for like a couple of days when you guys sent me the audio of this. One of the most disrespectful things that a person can do is not only speak on a spouse that is not a public figure. At no point did she sign up to become a public figure. She has never spoken in a general sense anything other than Kobe's funeral. I've never seen her try to act in a movie. I've never seen her become a content creator. I don't see her post nothing on Instagram, TikTok. I don't see her ever declare herself to be a public figure. But that's not even the point. To speak on a legend, Kobe Bryant, and you don't know what this woman is going through. You don't know how her grieving process is playing out. To speak on, there's so much wrong with this, but let me just try to mine this out and really get to the thick of it. To speak on a widow, we're not even talking about a person that's alive. Her husband's still being alive. He's a legend. He's passed away. She's a widow. She's not in the public eye. You don't know what his instructions was for her or what his will was set up or what their conversations was in their bedroom with his wife. And you're speaking on a widow. And not only is it a widow, it's a person who was a phenomenal father. Now, we have no clue on what your fatherhood skills are. For all purposes, what we allegedly know is that you have multiple baby mamas and you're not married to either one of them. But I don't know that for sure, right? But to speak on a widow of a man that was a phenomenal father that literally passed in a helicopter crash with his daughter, assisting and playing a huge role in his daughter's life at the time that he was passed, and then to tell them what they should be doing with their money, I cannot think of a more disrespectful thing that he has ever said. Now, I've heard a lot of things that Umar Johnson has said, and some of it I've even agreed with. But this one, my personal opinion, is the biggest low blow that I've ever heard in my entire life. And what we do know is that there's a strong possibility that he will not apologize. Listen, before we even get to the black or white issue, we're going to have to address the issue of disrespect. I don't see how y'all feel comfortable with a man, first of all, telling you how it is that you're supposed to spend your dollar. What a man, secondly, telling you how it is that you're supposed to move with your Johnson. And then third, having the nerve to speak on a widow of a legend. And he don't even have a clue of how she's grieving, what Kobe Bryant's instructions were, or anything. But see, this is the state of content creation today. And a lot of times we choose people as our leaders or the people that we listen to based off of identity politics, based off of what they selling you. Now, Kobe Bryant And for all intents and purposes, like if we really just want to address Vanessa, because I don't even feel comfortable saying her name, yo, like because it's just wild that we even gotten to this point to where another man that y'all, a lot of y'all follow, I'm not gonna say y'all, but a lot of people follow, are really justifying this nonsense and this BS that claims that he's the foremost leader of and the voice of black people in America, but yet we are sitting here because black is really just, it's not even a thing. It's a color. That's not even really who you are, but I'm not going to get into the dynamics of that. To sit here and speak on how a woman that is grieving and a widow over her passed away husband and daughter should be allocating her resources when he has no clue on what instructions that Kobe had for her or what the dynamics of their relationship is that held him down through all scandals and everything like that, and went on to obviously become a phenomenal wife that had children and still have, additional kids by Kobe. That's just wild to me. And y'all letting this pass. Y'all letting this go. I'm not even on the point where he was talking to Ish about who it is that he should be in a relationship with as far as black or white, because I already know that that's a sensitive topic for most black people, and they're going to gloss over the Vanessa Bryant thing in order to get over to the other thing. But the reality is that, man, listen, bro, can't nobody tell my wife my wife, he not even married. Can't nobody tell my wife what to do with my estate once I pass. I've given her instructions. I laid out how she's supposed to be moving. I showed her where all of the passwords were. I laid next to that woman every single day. She's the mother of my children that I'm still involved in both of their lives every single day. And to speak on, listen, it's never been cool to speak on another man's family in a general sense. If they are not both content creators in some space, and even on a personal level, as far as, let's say somebody is a content creator or they're a public figure, right? What I try to do, I try my darndest, is to always address what is being talked about on that particular thing. So I try to be objective enough to say, okay, well, this person says this. Let's break down what they said, not necessarily what's happening in a personal life, but what makes him feel comfortable addressing somebody that can't even defend himself and that he's passed away's wife. And it's a lose-lose situation for her because she can't really say nothing. And how did he know what she doing with his money? I don't think it's okay for you to ever say what somebody should be doing with their bread anyway. But how does he know what she does? Or just because that particular initiative may be public, how do you know what she doing with that? I'm blown away. I'm blown away. And more importantly, I'm blown away that somebody else feels comfortable telling somebody else what they supposed to be doing with their money. I'm blown away that people actually think that this is cool. I'm blown away that black people still feel like they're entitled to somebody else's bag. What is this thing where you feel like somebody is supposed to do something for you and your community? I don't care what nobody else is doing. You are not entitled to somebody else's bag. This is crazy. It's crazy. I'm going to just leave it at there because I'm curious as to what y'all think in the comments. Let me know what y'all think. Tap in. Make sure you tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Millionaire Morning Show this morning. A little bit earlier than normal because I got to catch a flight later on today. I love you. I appreciate you. Let me know what y'all think in the comments.